Right? And I'm not playing no games.
Hey, I'm Pops. Release date news. Yeah, baby. Tons of changes over from the Mouse House. They pulled the trigger on their massive rescheduling because, we have an excuse. It's okay to have an excuse. You can go through and just blame the writer's strike. That's right. You get all of the free pass that you want because of the Writers Guild strike of 2023. The Walt Disney Company holds some of the most valuable IPs in the movie market with the company over the MCU, Star Wars, Avatar, the massive library of classic animated movies, many of the highest grossing movies, blah, 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 blah. And guess what? Everything is delayed. Which, by the way, I hadn't done a video on this, but they officially calling the Captain America 4 movie Brave New World. I think they need to go read that novel. I don't know that that's going to mean to them what they think it means, just so they know. I also thought the Alien film was headed to Hulu. I didn't think that was a theatrical release, so I'm not quite sure I totally understand that's been changed or not. So that has been moved. So everything is getting bumped at least to 24. Nothing else in here is going to be in the early part of 24. So it's out of the spring, way beyond. So Captain America is now from May to July. So everything is going to be in the latter half of 24. So we're basically everything got moved at least 1 year that I can tell. Okay. Alien goes to August of 24. Thunderbolts, who we've got like, I don't know. The funny thing is, if you had mentioned Thunderbolts before Endgame, man, I'd be so stoked for this. There are so many elements that are in place for a good Thunderbolts movie with characters and stuff, but now it's totally tarnished, and there's no way I believe they're doing anything remotely interesting. That's moved to a December 24. That seems like an awful time for a Marvel movie. To me, it's Christmas time, but okay, whatever. Deadpool 3, which again should be a home run. But they have a whole bunch of scissoring hands and inexperienced people attached to it. It's now going to be their tent pole. They moved it up. Okay, hold on. Yeah, it moved up. I mean, I'm assuming this is typed correctly because that says it moves from November to May. So let me see if there's any other changes here to make sure I got this right. It's still showing November. So is it in the news? Yeah, it got moved up, not back. So Deadpool actually moved up. Huh. That is actually interesting. So everything else is moving backwards. The Amateur, which is kind of like a knockoff version of the Imitation Game to me, CIA coder with that kind of thing. Blade moves to February 25. Can you believe this Blade project gets bumped again? Isn't Mahershala Ali just going to be like, I'm done? Oh, look at this. Fantastic Four got bumped again. It's now in like May of 25. This stuff's never going to happen. Does it keep going? Okay, live action Moana, which they talked about. That's now June of 25. Avatar 3. Avatar 3? When's Avatar 2? Is Avatar 2 still coming out this year? Avatar. Oh, okay, so never mind. They count. Okay, they're counting Way of the Water as Avatar. I thought there was like a sequel to Avatar Way of the Water in between there. So I'm sorry. So that's going to be that's moved to 25. Christmas of 25. So Christmas is going to be so Christmas next year is Thunderbolts. The year after is Avatar. Okay. And then the May, so Deadpool 3 will be 24. And then Fantastic Four will be 25. And then Avengers Kang Dynasty will be 26. Now, Star Wars, we won't have Star Wars until 2026. And we're going to have 2 movies in 26, one in May and one at the end. So they're going to put Avengers, Kang Dynasty, and Star Wars in the same month. 3 weeks apart? Huh. Avengers Secret Wars goes to 27, Avatar 4, 29, and 5, 31. Oh my God, 31, 8 years out. Oh, I I don't know what to tell people. I just don't even know that I have faith that anything can be considered solidified with these people because the finances just have to just be a complete shell game of shambles right now with the amount of shenanigans that are going on. Stock price is still below 100. It's it's been this way now for a while, right? It peaked up in August and it's kind of been on decline ever since. And it briefly went up a little bit in February and then kind of came right back down again. So below 100. And again, remember during the pandemic, this, we go back to 21 even, um, that you ended up with like a peak of like almost 200. It's like half the market share that it was at one point. And it's just been because of the crap. It's since movies started coming out, since we got Black Widow on, since then, it is 52% below. So I just can't get too excited that they know what they're doing. They're hiring a bunch of people. Like, is there anyone attached to anything? And I'm not talking about Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like, is there a director or a creator or someone that's attached to something that you're like, that's interesting. I can't wait to see what they have to do. I got nothing. They have lost me 100% on this stuff. So anyway, that's the latest. I'm sure by now a lot of people have been talking about this, but there you go. All caught up. Talk to you soon.
My favorite quality about Pops is that he's incredibly honest. At least you always know where you stand with Pops. So I like that about him. He's not passive aggressive. He's not sneaky that way. He'll give it to you straight down both barrels.